All right, guys, we are live. So Jimbo wants to sit in this position. he's standing his ground and he's gonna lay down
Yeah,
while we do this.
I'm standing my ground by laying down.
All right, man. So Jimmy, conversation for today. I thought about this and let me know what you think.
Okay.
The two times you took on your bullies. I think they're pretty. That's a pretty good one. Let me see
Yeah, those are
it. Let me
pretty
see
good.
if you're turned up enough. Your mic. I think you're pretty good. Say something really quick.
Bapadoo.
Bapadoo. I think we're. I,
Bapadoo.
I think we're good.
All right.
So
I'll
go
take my
for it, man.
glasses. Yeah, so okay, let's see. The two times I stood up to my bullies. Geez. There are probably reasons why I've never get into a fight as an adult, like I never have really. Because so they both took place with starting with my parents wanting to put me into, sport, like little league sports, which is good.
And at the time,
Uh
explain like were you homeschooled that early on? Was it
yeah, yeah.
okay?
Which is probably why I was picked on. That was weird.
Were these other
Um
kids not homeschooled? With
no, I don't know. I don't think so.
okay,
It's hard to say. It's hard. I forget that knowledge, but so I'm gonna say no.
okay.
Um, but yeah, the first time it was like it was in little league baseball, and it was kind of like a hillbilly-ish sort of area. Like the kids were not really educated well. Like the the coach was like this like big slob with a wife that had like not neck beard. Like it was like just kind of like a mm, rougher kids
Tougher kids,
and
yeah.
rougher kids. And and I was little, and not I was a small kid. Kids are already small, but I was like a really small, frail kid, super shy. Really easy target, super easy. And yeah, and when you're a kid, like, and you have a bully, they I feel like this is a constant variable to like when you get bullied as a kid. There's always one little like sidekick to your bully.
Like in the
But
movie The Christmas Story.
yeah,
Yeah.
there's always one little gremlin that reiterates what they said or what they do. I remember it was Zach, and I forget the other little fucker's name, but
I have one
it
of
was
those
Zach.
too. Same thing. Same that the taller one and the shorter one.
Yeah, the taller one was
Why?
Zach, and you don't remember the little one. Like you just remember what he looked like and how punchable his face was.
Yeah.
And like yeah, and Zach, and I think we can all relate. There's always a kid like this. It's not just a Zach. It's a Zach that had like a crew cut,
Yeah.
was kind of like was lanky,
Yeah.
kind of tan.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know why, but
Tan.
um,
Why is it always tan?
I don't know. It's a little tan fuck that can get sun, and he holds it above you. He's like, oh, look at me. I mean, even girls, little girls are fucking savages too
Yeah.
when you're little and you don't have a spine. I remember like my
Yeah.
mom. There was this place that was like a kind of a get daycare kind of place where the lady, it was like kind of like a freelance babysitter, I guess. Like she had like a baby. You know what I mean? Like her basement was like decked out like a straight up
Yeah.
kindergarten.
Yeah. I've been.
But, yeah, with like the little cubbies for you to put your shit and stuff too.
Hmm.
And she had like a projector to like watch movies and shit like that. And it's fun. um, but I remember like yeah, like the little girl. There was one little girl. I forget what her fucking name was, but I hated her.
This is
I
a
hated
side story. This is a side story.
her.
We're gonna go into yeah.
I forget, but I maybe her name was like I don't know,
Angelica. We'll just say
Mariah or something like that. Fucking Mariah. But no, she had like little bangs, and like and I remember she'd be like, "Look, see, my ears are small because I'm a girl. Your ears are big," like stuff like. And she was like, "You have a big nose because you're ugly, and I have a small nose because I'm a girl. Like I was just like, like, but oh, and that actually, yeah, that same kindergarten type situation, yeah, that goes into the other one, but so
Zach, we're talking about the Zach and his sidekick.
because there were actually three times where I was bullied,
You
that
got
I remember where I got him back,
so there's
and
more
this
than two times you've been bullied.
three
Okay, okay,
that
okay.
I mean that I retaliated, and that's why there's only been three times.
Gotcha.
um, where I retaliated. But the yeah, so in Little League, and this all happened. I was like, I don't know, maybe like 7, 6, 8, 10, around that area where you're legitimately small.
Yeah.
And yeah, so
Was this kid older than you?
taller,
Oh,
but
okay.
I don't think
Gotcha.
probably younger. It's always a younger kid too. That just puts even more salt in the wound.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, and but yeah, I remember like he would just always I don't know, just fuck with me in a certain way, and talk shit, and then like I remember like one time we're in the dugout in a game, and like he hits me with like the catcher's mitt that he had, and it gave me a bloody nose, and then he would play like little mind games, like, and I grabbed him by his collar, and like was holding like my hand back like I was gonna punch him. And then the coach walks down, he's like, no fighting, and I was like, no, but he's like, I don't want to hear it. And then Zach looks at me and goes, like smiles
Oh
like that. I was like,
god.
oh. But you're gonna fucking get it, so I'm fine. But like so him and his little cunt lackey, let's call him, I don't know, Roger. We'll call him Zach and Roger. But fuckface McGee. Zach and fuckface. So Zach and little fuckface McGee, they're on the playground, and I don't know, you're a kid, so there's like a recess type of thing in practice because you gotta give kids fucking time to be kids and spaz out.
It's true.
Yeah, you can't. I mean, you can't give them too much structure at once, or they'll fucking catch them laying on the ground. They just implode. And like when your mom takes you to the bank when you're a kid, you think you might die
Yeah,
from how
it's an
bored.
awful experience.
But you can feel the atoms inside you fucking hitting against each other. But like, yeah, so I wanted my chance against this fucking cocksucker, and then his little sidekick was just gonna be like dessert, and then like so there's a playground next to all everything, and I see it's just Zach and just little fuckface, and I think I don't even think I thought that hard. I was just like, oh, here's my chance. They're alone, and I just had enough, and like, and so and also this is not uh my dad, when I told him about it, he said, well, don't tell me about it. He's like, gotta do something about it. And then he gave me a story. My dad, when he was in high school, was super small.
When he was in high school, but you're just a little kid.
Yeah.
He's like, when I was 17.
Forgot about that. Yeah, he tells me that. Yeah, I've never thought about it that way. He's like, yeah, I told my dad, like, yeah, when I was in high school, I was really little, and I'm like 8. Like, rules. I guess the rules still apply.
Yeah,
But
that's true. That's true.
yeah, and he says, and I told my dad, because I got beat up all the time. I was little. I was an easy target. He said, and then he said, I told my dad. My dad went in the garage and gave me a baseball bat and said, "You put this in your locker." He said, and then when they fuck with you tomorrow, you hit them with it. And then my dad did. He said he fucked them up. But like, so I thought, okay, it's a good option. I don't have a bat, but so I get down, and the thing about me is small. Like even now when I'm big, but when I'm like, if I don't, it's kind of creepy actually. If I don't want you to hear me sneak up on you, you won't.
Oh, it's true.
It,
It's true.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, you won't. And so imagine me being a little kid that's
You turn
easily,
around and Jimmy's like Batman. He just disappears. You're like, what?
yeah, like I'll just show up and be like, I didn't even hear the door open.
No,
Like,
a number of times I'm like, Jesus, what? So anyway, keep going.
yeah, but let me see here. yeah, but so there's like high grass, and I'm like creeping down, like crouching down, like, I'm like, okay, and I see like a big tree branch next to me, and I take it, and it's just the right size, like hold like a bat, and
Can we bring the camera down just a teeny bit? We're starting to go just to your forehead. All right, perfect.
I see it. Okay, anyway, I'm gauging by what I'm seeing, but like,
Yeah.
uh, so like I hit the branch against my knee, to test its strength, and it's good. It's good to go. And just think about a kid thinking this way, fucking deranged, and
You
like,
just found this big ass branch and you just broke off a big chunky piece for yourself.
but also hit it against my knee to make sure it can take a skull. And like, so then I run up on the playground. This is like some Stephen King shit, and like,
Yeah.
but they pushed me. You don't push with you don't push the quiet kid. You just don't. Or the quiet, there's a thing I read about, like, about bouncers, how the quiet bouncer, the one that never talks, that's the one no one's gonna fuck with. Just they don't.
Most dangerous, always.
You inherently don't feel the urge, unless you're a complete moron, when someone's quiet, to be like, he's got shit going on in his head I don't want to know about. And where the other guy's like, come on, you want to go? It's like, you're all talk, bitch. Like,
Right, right.
so yeah, so then I creep up, do my Batman shit, and even like slank up the slide, and like stuff like that. Like, and then I get up right behind Zach, and I go, and I like ready my fucking, walking tall fucking branch, and I go, hey Zach.
Walking Tall is that's that rock movie
Rock
where he's just got this like block of wood and he just
fucks up the whole town with a
with the
2x4.
two by
Um,
four. Yeah.
But I go, hey Zach, and I get him to turn around. He turns around, and he was so skinny. He was on his feet. He crouches, and I like, it's almost like slow motion. Like, I like do it this way. I try to hit him that way. He crouches down and misses it, and then I hit the little fucker behind him, his little sidekick. He's out cold. He's out cold, and he fucking. Yeah, I still laugh about it today. But he fucking flies over the side like a sack of shit. And Jesus, like, I'm kind of scared, because I'm like, he's like a rag doll. And then I'm shocked at what I just did. And Zach like is shocked. So we're both looking at him, and then I remember what I'm doing. I look up at him, and then then I hit him over the head.
You aim for the head.
Yeah, always the head. And he flies back down the slide, like head first, like those tube slides. So I hit him, and he goes, ah, and like falls down the slide. And now, see, the thing about me is, like I'm such a, like, again, me being a nice person. Even when I've been picked on and I do this, I was gonna do what I did, but like it's immediate like guilt.
Right, right,
It's
right.
immediate like, oh God, what did I do? Um, but yeah, and then I walk down, and he's like, he's bleeding his head, he's crying, and like holding his head, he's like, like, cause it hurts bad. His head's up. like he's bleeding way more than a kid should be
Yeah,
bleeding.
yeah,
This
yeah.
is, yeah. And then that's the last thing I remember about that. I wasn't in Little League anymore, I know that. um I never saw those kids again. Never saw any coaches. Yeah. So my mom and dad clearly did something behind the scenes where I'm sure there was some legal shit they never told me about. like somebody's son walked away a little different for the rest of their life because of that day.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know.
Yeah.
Uh,
But your mom and dad were like, you know what? I mean, we kind of set Jimmy up for this. So.
yeah, or just fucking. My parents had a very bitches get stitches type of mentality.
No, totally.
Like,
I mean, in that scenario, I mean, it was brutal, but you did stick up for yourself. You know what I mean?
yeah, well, my dad had a chip on his shoulder from being bullied, so he was
Right.
never gonna tell me just. Imagine either of my parents being like, "You use your words." No, they'd be like, "Well, fuck them up." Like,
Yeah.
and I think that's
Words
great.
don't always look, especially in youth. Like, that's a wishy-washy sort of time. You know what I mean? Because kids can be really brutal. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if you can use physical force and it's gonna work for you, like that might be the way to go. Like you can go to a teacher or a coach and they're gonna listen to you, like you can go that way. You know, there are a bunch of different routes, but
There's
yeah,
uh there's just some people, whether you're a kid or a guy, there's bullies that just they're not gonna give up until you give them a reason to.
yeah, no,
There's
that's true.
like you have to sometimes you have to act, you have to show them that you're crazier and willing to go further than they are.
Right, right,
Where you scare them and they're like, "Oh Christ, I'm in danger if I bully him anymore."
right, right, right. Well, we're at 15 minutes. Should we just go ahead and keep going with the two other stories?
Yeah, yeah. I'll do the one other story and then we'll do the last one and another one. Or that make or no, we can do them all. I'll just be quick. Um, so yeah, the second one when I was talking about that DIY daycare that I had because my mom was a visiting nurse. She didn't always want to take me out to these bad neighborhoods and shit like that, so
Right,
she had to have some place she could drop me off. And
right,
it was a huge congregation of kids, like working moms from all over, like wherever this place was, like dropping their kids off,
right, right, right.
like a pool in the back and shit like that. And she had like an assistant that was like this fucking hot like lady that even when I was a kid, I
Just
remember
like that.
like on I was on a tricycle, riding a tricycle. I remember rolling up and like doing like a like sort of stopping really quick, cool, and I forget what her name was. Like I think her name was like Jessica. Like she must have been like 20, maybe or something like that. I remember pulling out and be like, "Hi, Miss Jessica." And she'd be like, "Hi, Jimmy," and I would just be like, "Ha," and like roll away.
That's amazing.
But like, yeah, she was hot. So then there's this other kid. His name was Kyle.
Yeah,
Again with the fucking name Zach Kyle.
yeah.
It's always another Kyle. And again, crew cut. Like how does your mom dress you? You look like a fucking asshole. And like and like and he'd always want to wrestle with me. He'd always fuck with me again. And like he'd always like he had this thing for wrestling. He'd always put me in a headlock or something like that. I remember or like try to karate chop me. I remember just one and again one day outside, it's summer, we're in the backyard. Tina I think was the lady's name. She's half in the bag because she's been drinking, and like and then
The woman in
and
charge of all the kids is drinking.
yeah, but I mean, you kind of have to though. I mean, not she's not slosh, but it's like you might have a little something if you're watching 30 kids. So he's like, "Look, let's wrestle, and like, I'm like, I don't want to wrestle. And then he's like putting me in a headlock. He's like, come on, try to get up. I was like, I don't want to wrestle. And then he tries it again, and I grab his arm, and I just take a big chunk out of his arm.
A chunk.
Yeah,
You.
like
So it was in your mouth. Did you spit it out?
Yeah, I spit in his face.
Jesus Christ.
There was blood running down my mouth.
Oh my God.
He's weeping on the ground, and he's like, ah! Like, I'm like, in my head, I'm like, yeah, you little fucking bitch. And then I'm again shocked, and I'm just standing over him like fucking Damien, like, and I'm like,
Damien, guys, that's a reference to the movie The Omen. He's like the devil.
yeah, and I was like, I told you I didn't want to wrestle.
So what happened after that? What were the repercussions?
His mom gets called from work. She has to like rush over there, take him to the hospital, I imagine. And she
Took it. Did they find his chunk and carry it with them? Put it in a little bag.
I don't know.
You swallowed the chunk.
No. It's like when I say chunk, it's not like I had a mouthful of his arm, but it was enough where I could spit something at him.
That's true. That's horrific.
I laugh about it. I think it's hilarious. But he deserved it. But let's see. Yeah, and the last time, so there was that, and then I wasn't there anymore. That's the thing. Those are my last memories of each of those like chapters.
Yeah, that's the close.
And like
Your parents don't bring it up again. They're just like, oh well.
I don't remember a single conversation. Maybe I was too little, but I remember a single guy. I remember my mom. I told her. I mean, when my mom came to get me, she said, "God, I hated that kid."
Oh
Like
man.
she's like, "Take you out of there." She knew exactly what had happened.
No, your parents
Like,
were very supportive.
yeah.
So
But or maybe it was the opposite. Maybe my mom was just like, "He's my good little boy. He's my good." He. But like so, then there was soccer.
I know this one.
Uh, and again, little, but like, like I made more friends there, but it was like a richer sort of like, I don't know. Ogden Dunes was weird. It was like, people putting on airs when they actually, like, people acting like they were old money when they weren't, when they're not actually old money.
Right, right,
You know what I
right,
mean?
right.
Like, people like, ooh, like, I'm like acting hoity-toity, where it's like, you're like ghetto rich at best, like,
Right.
and like, which is fine. Just don't act like you're above me. But
Well, the
so
kids acted that way, or
kind of
was it the parents?
both, like the first because of the second.
Gotcha.
You're raised a certain way, you have a mentality. But
Right,
like, and I was pretty good friends with all of them, as much as you can be as a kid.
right.
I was desperate for friends, so I probably was like,
Jimmy, Jimmy, I lost you. No, we lost Jimmy. One sec. Jimbo, come back, come back. Jimmy, I lost you.
yeah,
Jimmy,
you back?
now you're back. Yeah, you were saying you were desperate for friends.
Yeah.
Okay.
Matt just called me, and I'm just like, I'm no matter. I love anyone who's trying to contact me, but sidebar, but like, I'm fucking getting really fed up with being interrupted in everything I do. like, like right now, like, anyway.
You're in the moment. So you were saying you had a lot of friends at this soccer league
But
when you were a kid.
I was little and naive, so they probably weren't like I could have easily been the kid that's like secretly being bullied, but he's too trusting to know it, so he thinks you're his friend.
Right.
Early.
Jimmy. Oh. Now wait,
Ah,
wait. Now you're back. Tell your friends to stop calling.
fuck. All right, I'll get to finish quick. Fuck me. But like,
Did you tell Matt to just stop calling for the moment?
yeah. Hold on.
We're
Fuck it.
live.
Yeah, we're live. Okay, screw it. Anyway, I'll
No, did
finish
you
this
send
up.
it to him? Did you send it to him?
Yeah, I just did. But
Okay.
so anyway, so there's this fucking little kid, another little kid. His name was Cody. I remember his name was Cody. And again with the names. And this was in soccer, and we're at the water
Cody
fountain.
Kyle Zach. Cody Kyle Zach.
Cody Kyle's at.
Okay.
And like always a cuss sound like cunt. And then like and then so this one he had a little bowl, like a little bleach blonde bowl cut, with the bangs.
I've seen it. I've seen it. Yeah.
Shorter than everyone else, can barely fucking form a sentence. And then like we're all at the water fountain. It's muddy out, it's summer. The dirt around the water fountain's muddy from all the water, and we're all in line to get water. And it's my turn, right? Get up there, about to take. While I'm taking my drink, he shoves me into the mud. I'm covered in mud now. Right? Like he cuts in line, shoves me, and then so he can get his water. And it took less time for me to be fed up with this one, I think, because it was just reactionary. I didn't even think about it. I get up, I'm angry that I'm muddy. I'm like, I'm steaming, and then I take him by the collar, and a game is going on. Besides us, there's a whole fucking soccer game going on. There's parents watching. Like
Everybody.
it's
Yeah. It's a
so
scene. It's a scene.
I and I
Jimmy, we lost you again. Oh Lord.
okay. I take him by the collar,
Okay, we're back.
the middle of the field, and he's just like shocked the whole time. He's like, "Oh, what are you doing?"
Yeah,
And
because
then
he's probably done this before and nobody retaliated.
yeah, I take him out in the middle of the field while the game's going on. I kick back my foot and just like imagine the most
He
precise,
just burped.
hard, perfect, like lower arch kick to the balls you could give another person, like a guy. Yeah, and he gets to a fetal position. He's in the middle. He's on the grass, and he throws up.
Oh God.
And then and
Oh
like
God.
like he's like like crying. And then,
Hold up. I gotta say, these are kids. These are kids. These are
these are
kids.
kids. These are shitty kids, and I was a kid.
These are kids taking on extreme levels of pain.
Yeah, yeah. These are kids taking a very adult level of pain
Yeah,
that
that's
they
what it
shouldn't have to experience for what they've done.
Oh God.
But anyway, yeah. And then the coach comes out, and he's like, and he literally just goes to me. He goes, "Okay, Jimmy." He's like, you can't do that." And then, yeah, that was my last memory of soccer. Again, I don't remember anything after that.
Didn't they say like I thought he was such a nice kid or
Yeah,
something?
yeah, yeah. That Kyle's mom that I bit his arm.
Oh, that
Uh,
cow. Yeah, going back. Yeah.
like she comes in, she's like, where is he? Where's that? And like looks like are you okay, honey? Like to her little kid, and then looks at me and goes, I thought he was such a good kid. Like,
They were
and then
wrong.
in my head, I'm like, you fucking bitch, you're raising Lucifer over here. Fucking get a hold of your fucking gremlin.
So at the end of the day, you think all these kids deserved exactly what they got?
I mean, you hear how much I'm laughing? I haven't changed. Like, I think, yeah, yeah.
All
There's
right.
really, there's really
No. One sec. He'll be back. He'll be back. You are back, Jim.
yeah, no,
So
but yeah,
the lesson learned here is defend yourself.
yeah, yeah. I think there's two lessons. One, if you severely hurt somebody, but just enough where you're not in any legal trouble, they'll leave you alone.
Yeah, that's true.
They'll leave you alone. They will. I promise you. They will leave you alone. Fuck your fighting tapes and like defense classes and stuff like that. Hurt them severely, and they will leave you alone. you know. You know what? I mean, you know what my dad told me. Sorry, I keep cutting in and out. What my dad told me when I was like, this is how I was raised. When I was little, I forget when, but I remember my dad like giving me the like defend yourself speech that you give your kid. And I remember one thing he told me was like, remember, he's like, and remember, I'm just like fresh faced, like, yeah, dad, like, and he's like, all right, if you punch someone like this in the throat, if they can't breathe, they can't hurt you. Like,
Oh my god.
like he was like, you give him the old, he's like, you take him by surprise. You act
It's
like
funny. It's funny because anytime, hold up. Anytime I laugh, I have to consciously stop laughing because it cuts out your voice.
oh yeah,
So
yeah.
we gotta get cross. We gotta get across like microphone here. But anyway, you were saying.
But yeah, just yeah, I remember my dad like saying that to me as a kid, and like,
Did you ever have to punch someone in the throat out of curiosity?
no.
Yeah. If you did now, I would be careful about that.
Well, no, I can't. I wouldn't. That you can actually you can implode somebody's trachea or something like that. That like, oh no,
Yeah.
you can make their esophagus collapse if you punch them in the throat. So you can actually kill them by doing that. So, and um, I could I'm a big boy, so that would happen.
If you punch someone in the ribs, you would collapse their heart. You know what I mean? I mean, you're.
I mean, I would give some. Yeah,
No.
I mean, if I really, that's the. I mean, that's again.
When I give this kid a hug, I'm worried that he's gonna kill me.
I accidentally like hear my nephew's whole spine column crack when I hug him too hard.
Yeah.
I'm like just and I'll be like, oh my god. I'm like, are you okay, Michael? And he'll be like, yeah, Uncle Jimmy, that was funny. I'm like, huh. I'm like these hands.
These hands. Never ending story.
Yeah.
You've referenced like 5 movies during this whole thing. The Omen, Walking Tall, a few of them. But anyway, what was the second lesson then? So that was the first one. If you
Oh,
can legally hurt them enough where you're not going to get in trouble,
leave the quiet kid alone.
leave the quiet kid alone. How about leave the quiet anybody alone?
Leave the
How about
quiet kid and the quiet guy.
how about leave anybody alone, but
Yeah,
especially leave the
leave everyone alone. Stop being an asshole.
stop being an asshole, or you're gonna get your. That's the third lesson. Treat people poorly, you're gonna get it.
Yeah.
At one
If
point,
you if you treat people poorly, you might not make it.
you might not make it.
Might not make it out. You know, is that me? So
No, I'm gonna edit this in a way that it'll be chopped up. You were saying
uh I forget what I was gonna say. Like
you said people
just
don't
if
make it
someone,
out. People don't make it out. If you treat
yeah,
people poorly,
then you might not make it out alive. You might be because there's a lot of dangerous people that are quiet. So if you're that Chad or Brad that wants to pick a fight when you're out, your days might be numbered if you do that a lot.
why is it
You live
always
by,
Chad? Why is it always Chad or Brad? Because those are common names.
oh, that's just a thing that's a thing that you say like Chad or Brad, like the pop collar snapback type asshole.
I feel bad. Any Chad or Brads out there
Go fuck
that
yourself.
that that don't identify with this at
Not
all?
not the name itself, but like it's a thing that you say like a college frat bro douche. Like what's your name? Oh, I'm Chad. I'm Brad. That kind of guy.
Yeah, no, I feel you.
Yeah.
Well, Jimmy, I appreciate it, bro. We got some great stuff.
Yep.
Um,
Okay.
I will chop this up because we had some tech issues. But anyway, guys, thank you so much. Peace, peace. Much love. Jimbo, I will hit you up, all right?
All right. Peace.
Peace, guys. Peace, peace.